Here.
Norris Johnson.
Here.
Ken Mueller.
Here,
Can I get a motion to approve the agenda?
I'll make a motion for the agenda.
Second.
Go ahead, Norris.
I have Lindsay as a second.
Discussion.
Do you want to add the items to the?
Yeah, we got a few items to add. Under bills, the final invoice for the mural, you should have the bill there for Lily Lennox. Is that correct, how I said her name?
Yep.
For $4,405. The other one would be adding to the agenda the closed meeting for the city industrial lot. There's an interested buyer. We're going to add that down at the end by miscellaneous, number 15. Adding under the agenda, under planning and zoning, appointing Lori Game to the planning commission. Also under planning and zoning, adding resolutions 2236 and 2237 for the conditional use permits. So that's all to add to it. Anything else?
No?
All in favor?
Oh, we need a motion.
Oh, sorry, we got a motion. Oh, to the addition, sorry.
For the addition.
Sorry, and motions for the addition.
I'll move for motions for the additions.
Second. Okay, all in favor for the additions?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. All in favor for the agenda?
Aye.
Aye.
Can I get a motion to approve the minutes from 7/21/22, 7/28/22, and 8/8/22? I'm gonna have to wear these.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Approval of bills? Can I get a
Move for approval.
I'll second.
Any discussion on those?
That would include the Lily Lennox.
Yes.
And who was the second?
Uh,
Ken, thank you.
Okay, if none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None. Motion passes. No public hearing. Open forum, we have the employee recognition for years of service. I will read them off and then you can come up and be recognized. Our first one is Jeffrey Schaefer. In recognition of your 15 years of service and ongoing commitment to
Yep.
serving residents of Malacca. Is
He's
he
not here.
I'll give that to you then.
Okay.
How about Lori Steffel?
Not here either?
Oh,
Okay.
let's pass them down.
This
I'll
can be
stand
quick.
up. Yeah. Mari Hansen? It's really quick.
Is she working?
No, but I'll take those two.
Gary Kirkeby?
Not here either.
Oh. And you have to be here.
I-
Certificate of appreciation to Tammy Pfaff and recognition for 5 years of service and commitment to service. Thank you, Tammy.
Thanks.
Anything else for open forum? If there's anyone here that would like to address the council on something that is not on the agenda. Nothing, so we'll go to requests and communications. We have a letter from Nicole, I don't know how to say her last name correctly, Materius?
Yeah.
No, I know Majerus. There's concern regarding she has a concern regarding idling sound coming from Heggies. I have had a discussion with Sean, as has Tammy, at Heggies. It's actually not an idling truck. The only time they idle their vehicles is in the winter when it's like 15 below. It's the compressors that have to run on their trucks to keep pizzas frozen. It's just kind of a necessary part of their manufacturing in the industrial park. So I don't know if anybody has any discussion on that.
I know she had referenced the ordinance under 9418 for public nuisances. And we have the operation of devices between 10 PM and 7 AM.
So that's when we had talked about possibly modifying that ordinance for the industrial park.
Yeah, there is some options. If you wanted to exempt the industrial park from there, you certainly could. I mean, we have a 24/7 business, and a lot of those other ones do have night shifts too. I'm sure Roger Claren, he's gonna be opening up that other building. I mean, he's gonna have semi trucks coming and going as well.
Yep.
Is there any trees or anything between the?
No, but it is, when I did the distance on the GIS map from her property to Haggie's, where the trucks are parked, is over 800 feet.
I don't know that there's much, they could maybe look at, what direction the trucks are parked or, something like that, but otherwise, I mean, the compressors have to run.
Yes,
There's
they
no,
do.
And hopefully, there's expansion in the future here for Haggie's, and at that time, the building could be built,
Yeah.
between housing and where their
act as-
trucks are, yeah.
As a buffer, yeah.
So that could just be something that'll take care of itself, hopefully, on its own. And again, living next to an industrial park, like I had mentioned to you, Tammy, it's like me living next to a farm. I'm in town, but I do live next to the one farm, so I do have roosters, even though they aren't allowed in town. So it's just kind of one of those things. Do we want to look at adding some language under that ordinance for the industrial park?
No, there must be some other exceptions for the industrial park. I mean, as far as, that don't apply to the rest of
Right.
residential
Yeah, there could
areas. So there probably are some differences already.
Yeah, we could look in deeper
But
and see
yeah,
in
that might
zoning.
be- There's a question there.
Yeah,
Hi, Dave, Jerry Jacobson here.
yes.
I have a couple of questions related to this. Has the running of the trucks been since the inception of Haggie's taking up business at that location, number one? And number two, was the noise pre-existing to the period of time this person filing the complaint resided in that location?
Yes,
Yes and yes. I believe Sean answered the
Yes.
first question. They've been running them
yes.
since,
They've been there since
2008.
2008.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
14 years.
yep. Could that be something just to check into, Damien, if we
So
could?
we could certainly do that. I would note, I'm looking at the specific language of subdivision F, and I think a good argument to be made, a good argument can be made that these facts don't actually fit under there, because that particular subdivision is intended to address, basically, generation of sound, like music, of microphones, paging systems, things like that, things that are designed to produce or the reproduction of sound in a distinctly loud audio manner. So it's not, the isolated situation where it has machine sounds coming from an item or from a building. It's, music, things like that is what that provision is designed to address. But if you want to do a carve out for the industrial park, just basically say the subdivision does not apply to parcel property within the industrial park, we can certainly do that.
Okay. Well, we could look at it, Tammy, and kind of see
yeah.
what works. Okay. Any other comments on that? I'll move on to update on state, county, or township. Anything new?
Nope, not at this time.
Okay. Ordinances and resolutions. I'll entertain a motion for resolution 2232, city treasurer signatories and authorization on bank accounts.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second that.
Any discussion? Nothing new there?
Jessica Hall started Monday, so we have a lot of training to do.
Yep, that's good news.
Yeah.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution passes. Resolution 2233, donations to the Veterans Memorial. Need a motion?
Move for approval?
No, I'll second.
Any discussion there? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passes. Resolution 2234, donations to the Fire Department.
I'll make a motion to approve it.
I'll second.
Discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution passes. Resolution 2235, assessment of lawn mowing costs.
Move for approval?
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Reports and departments, city manager.
I don't have anything at this time. Working on the budget. I should be able to get some prelims out to the committees here probably in the next couple of weeks. I'm about 4 weeks behind, so. But we will get there. Some long hours coming ahead of me.
Police department, the activity report is in there. Anything else? Quinn's not here.
Nope, that should be it.
I will mention that everything went smooth Saturday night with police deputy, and that big security detail they had. So that was good. Anything from the Parks Commission? Gary's not here, I'm guessing not. Public Works. We have to discuss the bond, sorry, I gotta put my glasses on for that. Potential water revenue bonds for the water meters.
Yeah, I just had George run a couple of geo water revenue bonds on a 5 and a 10-year note. Just to keep in mind that, just a caution not to spend down cash too fast. We do have some water and sewer projects coming up within some street projects too, that we're a little concerned about. Spending down too much cash would eliminate, $500,000 from that fund. And then we have a water tower that we need to paint in 2026. So the work will start on that, with RFPs to paint it in 2025. So we need to keep those in mind.
Yes, I would propose going with the 5-year bond. It's about half as much interest, and I think it's a smaller amount. I think we should get that paid off, and then that would almost be paid off by the time we get to the water tower.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, I would go along with that.
Okay.
Do you need a motion on that, or do you need
Yep.
just information? Okay.
Make
Yep.
that a motion that we go with the 5-year bonding for the water meters.
Okay. I'll second.
And I'll have George get everything ready for us that we have coming before us, okay?
Okay. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? That passes. Liquor store, Vicky.
2 quotes.
So I have 2 quotes here. We are trying to finish up the outside around the outside of the beer cave. We need to put cement ballards, steel ballards in, so nobody can run into the cave. And then eventually we'll go in the bottom and make it look nice. But I finally got bids for them. I finally got a second bid. I've been trying to put mine. Thank you, Jen, for that information.
That helped, because
Yes.
Jesse's got to have the same thing done, so.
Yes, exactly. So, I have one bid from All Day Concrete for $8,400, and then I have one from Johnson's Custom Creations for $8,500. I know generally we like to go with the lowest bid. There's $100 difference. I personally, if it was up to me, I would really like to try Johnson's Creations. Mike has done work for us in the past, and I would really just like to try somebody else. I don't know how to say it without being rude. Very nice
Johnson's,
guy.
Johnson's local too, right?
Yep, it's Cody Johnson.
Yep, that's what I thought.
Yep, yeah, he's also from Mowing.
Yep.
So they're both.
And then both include the same, because this one's pretty big.
Yeah, Mike's estimate.
No,
Yeah, Johnson's is
Johnson's-
pretty big compared to the other
Oh,
estimate.
yeah. Well, the one, the demo remove in Southside, that's actually a separate project. So it's just dig and set the ballards is the only thing that would be being done. That $1,000 is for a separate project, that he was supposed to do last year and didn't get to it. The reason why I wanna go with the other guy. So, but yeah, they both know what needs to be done. They both were out and looked at the building and saw that there's some places where the tar has to be dug out to put the ballards in, and then they have to be cemented. But either way would be just fine, doesn't matter. That would be my preference.
So we're still waiting for that $1,000 piece to be done, or it still needs to be done? We didn't.
Yeah, that's still gonna have to get done too. It's a separate thing. It's just.
And the All Day is going to still do that?
We, yeah, I need to get a second bid for it.
Okay.
so for now you just need the ballards done.
Just the ballards,
Okay.
yeah, that's what I'm concentrating on.
Okay?
If we go with the higher bid, do we have to have a specific reason why? Or-
Yep, and the reason would be, when I talked to Vicky earlier, that she's have had some issues with all-day concrete,
Okay.
so.
Okay, I would make a motion then that we accept the bid from Johnson's Custom Creations for $8,500.
I'll second then.
Any other discussion? That works for you, Vicky?
Yes.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Passes. So we can go with Johnson's Concrete. Easy enough. Is that it for you, for the liquor store?
I do have one other thing, it kind of coincides, with Jesse, is, we are doing a fire department fundraiser, we do one every year. And what we're doing again this year is for every case of Coors Light that we sell this month, we donate $1 to the fire department. But I would like to get together with you later, I've got a couple ideas to help with your fundraiser for your other stuff as well. Alright,
All right. Move on to the Planning Commission. First thing would be to add, or appointing Lori Game to the Planning Commission as a new member.
I'll move that we appoint Lori.
A second?
Any other discussion on that? Does that fill it out?
That takes 7 then.
Perfect. Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passes. We got conditional use. All right, we'll move on to El Jalisco, which is Resolution 2236. That is the resolution approving a conditional use request to have an outside patio in a B2 zoning district.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second?
Do you want to talk on that at all, or?
Yeah, the,
Well, I guess Norris was there too. I guess you're the
Yep,
planning
Norris
commission
was there
guy,
too.
sorry.
yeah,
Yeah.
so, we'll be working with them for the layout and setbacks, screening, downcast lighting, just to make sure that everything falls into place with the conditions that were placed on the conditional use permit, so.
Otherwise, they should be all set then. Great. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Conditional use. Get the right one. Resolution number 2237, A resolution approving a conditional use request to have a home occupation of an outdoor floral shop in the R2 residential zoning district. This is the Rusty Shovel Gardens up on 2nd Avenue Northwest. Is there any discussion on that one, Norris?
No, it was,
And
there was a
just
question.
a follow-up on a question that came from the planning commission as to if using the other individual's property was authorized within the conditional use permit. And it is, because both addresses were on the conditional use permit. So we checked with our city planner, and he said that does work, that's not a problem.
Okay. You need a motion?
I was just gonna say that I didn't get a motion yet, did I?
No.
No.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Any other discussion? All right, all in favor of 2237?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Last one here is the chickens and the bees that were part of the planning commission meeting.
I don't think I have anything on that one.
Yeah, that, they,
No, they referred that to, well, you go ahead,
yeah,
you
they
were there.
referred, yeah, he had a kind of a sample ordinance put together, but they referred that to
To
city
be-
attorney to review and scrutinize and
Yep.
whatever do.
I don't think I know that we were gonna be talking about it, I don't think I
Yeah.
received the draft.
No, he brought in a draft that he wanted us to approve, but
Oh.
that's not the way it works.
No, okay. But yeah, but
And he
we're-
was explained that, yeah.
So my understanding is that this is up for conversation, and then I guess we'll come back next month, depending what the council wants.
Yeah, it'll come back to planning and zoning to review the ordinance that you and I worked together on, and then planning and zoning can say whatever they want to, and then if they approve it, then it'll go to the council.
Can I be in on that in the planning commission? Because there's a fire safety hazard there too. So I would like to be involved in that meeting.
Yeah, so what you can do, Jesse, is just write up your concerns
Okay.
and then send them to me on
Okay.
a letter. That would be
Okay.
great. Because, that's gonna be part of the whole process, is having any opposition to it or any that favor it. We have the signed petition. In the discussion with Dan Hollenkamp, one of the planning commission members asked him, realistically, how many do you think would want chickens in the city? And he commented about 5 or 6 residents as a positive that would want them. And the rest of the houses that
Out
he,
of the 100-some that he talked
yeah, out of the 100 and some that signed the petition.
Tam and Jesse could attend that meeting though as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
just let me know when the meeting is.
Yeah. So we don't have one scheduled yet for September, but we're trying to get those moved up so that they have ample time to review it. And, because right now it's kind of a crunch, and I think maybe in the ordinance, we should probably change that. So maybe the planning commission meetings could be as needed instead of on the second Tuesday of the month. Because
Give it some
kinda-
flexibility.
Yeah, second or third Tuesday. I mean, because it puts that crunch right before the council to try to get resolutions in the packet. You can't, you have to do them as a handout.
Yep.
So that's something we might want to consider changing, for sure.
So if any council members have a concern or whatever that comes up between now and then, tell Norris or you.
Yep.
Okay. All right, I think that's it for planning commission. Does that sound like everything?
Yeah.
You guys are busy. Next is fire department. Quotes to replace the parking lot. We have the quotes here. I'm guessing you'll have some information, Jesse.
Yeah, so the blacktop is gonna be a mill and a 2-inch mill around the outside and pave, 2-inch left hand. Almonds was 34,572. Ram River Contracting out of Princeton was 31,520. Both of them are companies that do work in town. The The cheaper one, obviously, is Rim River Contracting, but I mean, Omens do a lot of work in town. I don't really have a suggestion either way, just the price is the only difference. They both do nice work, so.
Okay.
Okay.
See, the other one was 31.
31,520.
One was 31,520, and the other one was 34,500.
And they're, both quotes are offering the same, apples to apples. Or-
Yep.
Okay.
Do you need a motion on that?
Yep. Someone
Yep.
make a motion on it.
I'll make a motion for the 31.5.
Rum River Contracting.
I'll second that motion.
Any other discussion on it? When do they think they can do it? Did you get a timeline at all?
Well, we gotta get the concrete done first, and
Oh,
that's the other part is when they can get that done. Yeah,
okay,
it should be this fall, but not 100% sure.
okay. More other questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Is that it for anything else from the fire department?
Yep, now we have the concrete part.
It's on the
Oh,
top.
yeah, sorry.
So
Almost scooped right by it.
in the packet, it has the two bids, but Tammy put the one bid as the 8-inch, and so they're not comparing. The 6-inch from Johnson Custom Creations is 48,000. That's replacing all the bollards and
Okay.
redoing the front of the concrete. We're actually bringing the concrete further to the south, so it'll be more of a gradual into the firewall, so hopefully it doesn't break as fast. And J&S Concrete out of Princeton, their quote was 50,907 for the same. Those are the same. We went with the thicker concrete because we actually don't know what's there. We don't know what is originally. We think it's 6 inches, but nobody's really sure. So that's kind of what we went with. So the cheaper price is with Johnson's Custom Creations at 48,000, and J&S Concrete is at 50,907. I don't, just the price is the difference. Both of them do good work. So.
I make the motion to go with Johnson Custom Creations for the 48,000.
I'll second that.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes.
And Jesse, will you let them know that who got the
Yep.
bids?
Yep,
Okay,
we'll do
thank
that
you.
tomorrow. Okay, and then we also have we're asking for some new equipment, some shatter balls they call them, for window breaking the vehicles with the ball you throw at them instead of taking a tool and hitting the window. And the clips for those, the tourniquets and the tourniquet holders, and then some butt out straps for all the firefighters, which are like a piece of webbing. So, and the new style tourniquets are a lot easier to use, and they're easier to reuse. So this stuff is from Tactical Logics, and the total price is $3,410. I didn't get a price from anybody else because it's just something they sell, and it's a local person. Russ Jude is one of the owners, so.
And this would come out of the fire equipment reserve.
I'll make the motion to purchase the equipment for 3410 from Tactical Logic.
I'll second that.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
And I do have one other thing. Southwest River Drive, we need to do something with that road. Like, if somebody's house is on fire down that road, we're gonna crash the truck going down that road before we ever get there. it is the worst road in Malacca. Like, honestly, we're better off to scrape the blacktop off and have it be gravel from where we ended, probably 1,000 feet down or 700 feet down after that. It is just terrible. The roughest road in Malacca. You guys need to drive down there, like, it's terrible.
Yeah, I was down there not long ago.
In
It's
a
bad.
car, I mean.
And it's on the CIP plan.
That's what I wanted to ask. I
Yeah,
couldn't remember where
but
it was.
The next street set that's gonna be done is Third and, let's see, First here and Second is next on the CIP.
Yeah, and wasn't the hope that sewer and water would go down there?
Eventually.
And that's why we were
Yeah.
kind of
And that's
holding
gonna
off.
be a large
Yeah,
amount.
but if,
Yeah.
you just can't wait forever because
Yeah.
the road's falling apart.
Right. We can patch as much as we can patch, but if
No,
we're gonna
and-
be doing a huge water and sewer project on there, we're not gonna do a mill and overlay.
Right,
How
but
long
like I
ago
said,
did we
it's a safety hazard.
have that
I mean,
option where they kind of voted on that, water and sewer?
That was on the one
On Fifth.
behind, on
That was
Fifth,
on Fifth behind Spire.
behind Spire.
Well, didn't we did Southwest River Drive, but that was maybe eight years ago now,
And I remember the discussion on Fifth.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
But it was kind of, ended up the same way on
Yeah.
Southwest River Drive.
because
There
they
was
still don't have sewer
a
and
couple
water.
that really wanted it, really needed it, but the rest said no.
Mhm.
But, yeah, but that, maybe it was long ago enough that different people and different
Yeah, we'll have to
situation,
kind of look at options with Gary.
but, yeah.
Anything else, Jesse?
no, that's
Airport,
No activity.
okay, economic development. We are changing our meeting date to Wednesday as opposed to Monday, an afternoon instead of morning. Monday mornings just weren't working. So, and we're moving the we're not having the August one because we're having a presentation by First
First Children's.
Children's, yep, on daycare. They just did a big survey and they'll have all that information. Actually, we're getting it presented to us at ECRDC Monday.
Oh, you are?
Yeah,
Okay.
so we'll get it twice, so that'll be good. Personnel, nothing. Budget, you guys are just getting going. Unfinished business, new business, the lot split with Lou Jean. And where is that? There's so much paper tonight, I can't find everything. All right. So you will need a motion for this, correct?
Correct.
All right, can I get a motion and we'll
Move
have
for
a discussion?
approval. It looks like it meets all the.
Hold on, get a second, quick.
I'll second.
There we go, a little discussion.
As far as the minimum lot width and depth and square footage and all of that. There's no problem.
There were no issues that came up, were there, Tammy?
No, we didn't see any.
Anybody have any questions?
I guess the requirements are all listed here for the square feet and so forth. And they got,
There's no other questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Motion passes. We are down to closed meeting. Okay, the agenda item for this meeting is to discuss the potential sale or purchase of real property falling under the open meeting exceptions found in Minnesota statutes, sections 13D05, subdivision 3C. This portion of the properly noticed meeting of the Mille Lacs City Council will be closed pursuant to Minnesota statutes under the closed meeting exception to discuss the potential purchase or sale of real property pursuant to Minnesota statute, section 13D05, subdivision 3C. The need for confidentiality outweighs the purposes served by the open meeting law in this case based on the following. Confidentiality is necessary to protect the city's negotiating strength with respect to the potential purchase or sale of real property. The only business to be discussed in this portion of the meeting is the potential purchase or sale of real property and what action, if any, should be taken. I will now entertain a motion to close this portion of the meeting.
So move.
Second.
There was no discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. This time, the council will now go into closed session. The time is 7:08. Only the officials and consultants of the council who reasonably require access to this data may be in attendance at any portion of the meeting for this agenda item. The minutes of this portion of the meeting should reflect only that a meeting was held with its date, time, and location, who was present at the meeting, and the purpose of the meeting. Keep going with it.